What's up guys, Doomsday here. Today we're back again, and in this video we're going to be changing up a bit. Today we're going to be playing some Olaf in the jungle, and I know it's been a while since I uploaded Olaf, but in my opinion Olaf is one of the best and strongest junglers in this patch right now for sure. And a lot of people don't realize it, but with all the new items that have been introduced, all the new tank items and kind of the tank meta coming back, Olaf does pretty well into that, especially into a lot of like immobile champs that rely on high crowd control kind of. So Olaf has for sure been one of my favorites, and a lot of people don't realize it, but Olaf also like benefits from the new items. Like I build Twin Guard a decent amount on Olaf, and it is super strong. But Olaf is, in my opinion, a jungler that almost any jungler should have in their kit. And the reason for that is because I think if you pick Olaf into the right comps, I think I'm actually about to whiff this camp right here. I accidentally reset it. That's okay. It happens to the best of us. But as I was saying, so now I'm going to probably change up my rotation a bit, actually. Now I'm just going to clear red side jungle because now my jungle side clears a bit slower because I actually messed that up. So that's why I'm looking at this bot lane now, because I'm seeing if that's gankable sometime soon. But either way, it's not too big of a deal because actually being lower on health increases your clear speed on Olaf because it gives you more attack speed. So it's okay. Plus you regen a lot from your second ability, so would have been worse with any other jungler, but with Olaf, it's all okay. So as you can see, I'm just changing to only clearing this red side jungle now. I'm not going to work up towards the blue side because it'd be a bit slower. So I'm just going to take these three camps, look for a gank, and then scuttle. But as I was saying, Olaf is one of those champs where if you pick him into the right enemy comp, he is like nearly unstoppable. That's the thing about Olaf, is like it's such like a draft difference champion where if you see the opportunity to play Olaf in the right case and you play it into the perfect enemy comp, like there's almost nothing that they could do. So this is a good example of it. But now we're looking for this gank over here. I see the Soraka kind of bit overextended. They flash out. I'm able to get the kill over there. And now trying to track down this Jhin. They use barrier plus flash, so not able to pick him up. Don't follow up with my own flash, but now I can kind of work towards the scuttle over here. But as I was saying, if you kind of look at their champ over here, at their champs that they picked, they actually don't have really many tanks this game. Like I'd say this doesn't really display like Olaf being good against tanks, but it's showing that into the right draft, like Olaf is so strong. So now I'm trying to get some damage onto this Seraphine over here, seeing if maybe I could force something out, but looks like they're all good over here. And now I can kind of head towards my blue side. So I'm kind of trying to keep an eye out where this Fizz is. I'm trying to ping it out, see if I can keep an eye. And I get a little jump scare over here. I'm able to at least flash away, and look at this Asol's map awareness. That is such good map awareness from Asol. He's able to get a good rotate in, and I'm able to pick up the kill. A lot of people underestimate low health Olaf, but people forget a lot of times that the lower health Olaf is, the stronger he becomes because the more attack speed you get. So that's something to keep in mind, but that was such good awareness from Asol to rotate that fast, because most mid laners like would take a couple seconds to actually react to that. But this Asol, throughout this entire game, they've been doing a really good job of actually paying attention to the map, and that's kind of how you have to play Asol, is like heavy rotate, being good at map awareness, and just keep an eye on what's going on. So give them a little thank you note over here. But as I was saying, in this draft over here, if you look at their duo lane, they have Jhin, Soraka, and then their mid is Seraphine. And all three of those champs, they do have crowd control with charms, roots, etc. But they don't have any dashes or anything to escape from me. So we'll see, like, as this match goes on, like, if I just ult in, their roots, their, like, stuns are going to do absolutely nothing to me. Just because they have no mobility, they have no dashes, those are the kind of champs that you want to pick Olaf into. Like Luxes, Sorakas, Seraphines, Jhins, those kinds of champs that don't have high dashes. Champs that you don't want to pick Olaf into, that would be a bit harder to play Olaf into. Champs that have high mobility and high dashes, such as Vayne or and over here I'm getting a good counter gank in on Fizz. Actually, I mean, I was able to tell where his jungle rotation was. I'll just explain that now, and then I'll go back to draft in a second. But I know exactly what Fizz's rotation was. So Fizz, he cleared his red side jungle, and then he actually went and took my blue, and then that was when I killed him. So I knew once he respawned, he would be going to clear his blue side jungle, because that's the only thing that's up, because he cleared his red side, he took my blue, and then we killed him, and he respawned back in base. So there's no way he'd go back up to the top side of the map, because he literally cleared his red side jungle already. So I knew he was going to be on the blue side over there, and if a jungler is clearing the blue side then they can either look for a gank on the mid lane or the bot lane. So thankfully we had good warding, so was able to get a good look on that. But now, and yeah, that's what I was pinging. I knew the Fizz was about to go back to the red side over there and keep on getting text. Fun fact, actually, that person who's texting me, that's actually a little bit of a funny story, I guess, if you want something to spice up this video. But that's actually my ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend who who I play Wild Rift with. He's actually one of the few people that I know like in real life that actually plays Wild Rift and that actually like ranks up. So I know I have some friends that play like ARAM, stuff like that, but I don't have many friends that like in real life that actually like do like go high up in rank. So it's fun meeting people that also rank up, being able to play with people that you know. But now took the Herald, and the reason why I don't use Herald topside, why I just placing in mid, is because I just want the gold from the plates, really. If I use a topside, then there's only like 1 or 2 plates left, so I won't get as much gold from that. Plus, I'm pretty sure that that our Renekton can take that top turret himself, so I really am not too worried about like having to take that top turret, because Renekton should be able to beat out a Yone in the 1v1. It looks like he already has a lead, so should be all good. But now this dragon's up. We don't really have the best positioning or anything. Plus, grouping around a choke point is very, very tricky against champs like Fizz, Seraphine, because their ultimates, big AoE ultimates, if you get hit by him in a bad spot, that can completely screw your team over. But now I'm trying to track down the Seraphine over here. They're able to pick up the Asol, but that Soraka ult comes in clutch and saves that Seraphine so hard. So now Fizz is coming in. I kind of have to run away. I don't want to get Fizz ulted. And I see this Renekton's in kind of a funky spot, so I'm like, I can kind of head up here. I see the Fizz is heading back downwards, so I'm actually kind of looking for a dive over here. Renekton gets the ult, and now I kind of realize I messed up a bit with that dive. That Yone did a really good job of evading that and trying to take this turret over here. Actually, that Yone had such a good play. I don't think he meant to, but he used his ultimate to clear the minions, actually, so then the turret focusing changed onto me, and that was actually a bit troll. But, I haven't played against too many Yones yet because for the most part they've mostly been getting banned since like I've played. So learning the hard way, ganking a Yone is sometimes a bit tricky, or Yone, or however the heck you say the name. Ganking him is a bit tricky just because they have that little dash thing that they can go back towards the little like clone, so bit more mobility. And that's kind of what I'm saying is like high mobility is like Olaf's downfall. So as I was saying, like champs that you don't want to draft Olaf into would be champs like Ezreal or like Vayne that have a lot of dashes, stuff like that. They're just hard to get onto. Tristan is another one. I mean, you can play it into them, but you just have to be way more careful, and it's not as easy to do it. Whereas in this match, like, if I get into a good spot over here, let's see, I'm able to just take that down over here. If I just ult, like, they have absolutely, like, no runaway. They can flash away, that's all that they have, though. You can see even Seraphine Charm does nothing to me. And now we're able to get the dragon, and now kind of backing off a bit. Our Asol's going crazy over here. A good thing about Olaf is your second ability gives so much health regen, actually. So if you fall low in the middle of a fight, you can actually retreat back to a camp. And like, notice how much like I healed up from that one camp. And then after 2 camps, I'm literally back to full health. So then like if the fight was still going on, I could just re-engage over there. But overall, the health or the lifesteal on Olaf is so nice. It's very, very convenient. But unfortunately, our Renekton goes down. We did get that top turret, as I said. We're able to get mid turret too, and now the only thing that's left is bot tier first turret. And a lot of people don't realize it, but like getting those first tier turrets is so important just because it opens up the map so much. And you can have so much more map pressure just if you take those first turrets. Like they're just so crucial to get, in my opinion. And a lot of people in like lower tiers especially, they don't really understand that, and they don't understand like the value of the gold from Herald and stuff. So now over here, I don't make the mistake of chasing the Yone again. I see that he used his clone, so I know he has no escape, so able to run these people down. And as you can see, like whenever I ult, the only thing that they could do is press their flash and get away. And if they don't have flash up, then they're kind of just screwed. So now, just gonna keep on farming up over here. And as for the build, I'm just going Trinity, Death's Dance, and then Mercs, or not Mercs, the Glorious Enchant, the boots extra fast thing. Yeah, I think they're called the Glorious Bootster Enchants or whatever. But that, and then Twin Guard is another good one that I'm going to go. And then you can kind of go whatever defense you need. Sterix and Guardian Angel are also very good options that I'd recommend. But you can build a lot of stuff. Spirit Visage is a good one if you're against a lot of AP. And now I'm kind of looking to collapse on this first tier bot turret. So I'm looking to get all these bot turrets over here. We have our entire team down here. We can definitely dive this if we need to. So able to pick up a kill over there. And now should be able to track down this gen and pick up the turret. And overall, it's a good start. Looking like we got all the first tier mid turrets. And now look at how much map pressure you can kind of have. Now that you have all the first tier like turrets, you can push up these waves so far. You can invade into the enemy jungle. And now the enemies have to play super, super safe. And the reason why those turrets are so important to get, especially in this game, is because, as I was saying, the enemy chimps that we're up against, they don't have much mobility. Their way of staying safe is just walking back underneath turret. But without turret for protection now, they won't be able to run anywhere. And I could just run them down. So it's very, very nice getting those first tier turrets. So they can't just retreat back to them. So now I'm just farming up. I'm taking all their jungle that I can. Gonna keep on just trying to keep up my gold per second, really. That's a good marker as to like how effectively you're jungling is you want to be at about like 900 to 1,000 gold per minute. That's usually pretty good. And if you fall like significantly below that, you should kind of be able to tell that like you're kind of doing something a bit wrong that game. Or not necessarily like wrong, but you could be doing like more efficient things, or you're kind of just like being inefficient with your time and your rotations. So that's a really good marker that I like to use. So now I'm just resetting over here. I have like 3,500 gold, so I'm like, I'm not going to stay and fight. I'm just going to go ahead and head back and shop over here. So now I go for Twin Guard, have my enchant up, and now I'm heading towards the Sione. So you can see I'm at like 10,500 gold per minute. So that's pretty solid, you know, a little bit less than 1,000. And now trying to track him down over here. I'm holding my ult. I wanted to hold my ult in case he tried to ult me back. That's why I didn't ult right away, because if I ulted him, if I ulted early and then it ran out, and then he ulted me, that could be a bit unfortunate. But he actually did a lot more damage than I thought he would. Like, I thought I'd be able to completely steamroll him, but he just has a bit more range and poke, so he's able to kite me around a bit better with his, like, with his little, like, sword poke thingy. I don't know what to call it. So now I'm just pushing up these waves over here. Gonna just try and maybe get this bot inhib, or at least just push the wave in over here. Looks like my team's kind of doing well on their own, so I'm like, I don't really need to rotate over for that. The enemies are a bit overextended. I could probably go over there and get some kills, but I'm like, I kind of just want this inhib turret instead, because that'd probably be more useful in the long run, honestly. So try to go for it. But actually, that Yone respawns over here, but yeah, my team has the hang of it in mid, so I kind of just go back through their jungle and farm up. Actually, that Yone goes back in. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I'm able to get him over here. His damage is actually like, his damage really, really ramps up. A good Yone player is for sure scary. But no, I don't even bother chasing that because I know he's just going to go back to his little clone thing or whatever. So farming that up, and now I kind of want to start up this dragon, but my entire team's gone. Half of them are dead. Sona just reset, so I'm like, it's okay, I'll just push out waves and hold off on it instead. So now they're kind of grouping over there. The Fizz is starting it. I'm on the way. I kind of want to shop in because I have a lot of gold, but I also don't really want to give this up. So we have an entire team on the way, and now I'm just waiting for my team to get here, being a bit patient, poking them with my first ability, and I'm able to ult out Fizz ult, able to secure the dragon, and now, look, they have absolutely no escape. They have no dashes or anything. They flash away if they can, but that is the power of Olaf, is there is no escape from him if you do not have a good dash. That's what I'm saying, like, Olaf is such a good draft. Like, it's such a good champ to just have in your kit, because in certain drafts, if you pick him, it's almost like a free win. Oh, like, you could, like, look at that damage. That's absolutely absurd. That Yone tries to go in. We burst him down. Trying to track down this Fizz over here. It's a bit more slippery. Trying to see if we can get him. He has his little dash ability out, but able to flash after him and pick him up. And then as for runes, I am running Conquer and Triumph and then Nimbus Cloak. And for my last rune, what am I running for my last rune? I think 100 Genius I'm running for my last rune. So now we can kind of start up this Baron over here. I have lifesteal and stuff, and we have a Sona, so I'm not too worried about falling low on health. Plus the enemy, they got to clear waves, so Yone tries to go in. Trying to get him as low as we can. Their jungler isn't here, so not too big a deal. I just try and poke him or slow him down with my first ability, but should be able to pick this up. The Jhin trying to steal it with his ult can definitely body block that. Be a bit unfortunate. But almost whiffed the smite, but that's okay. That's alright. And that Fizz, he gets a pretty good ult onto Jhin, but he just gets absolutely steamrolled by everybody. There's no moving. And now they're in kind of a tough spot. Even though they have a turret, they can't really get away from any of us, so we just run them down over there. Able to pick that up, and now we should be able to push down this turret over here. Might actually even be able to end with the Baron buff over here. But if y'all are enjoying this video, do make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below for some more content, what y'all want to see next. We're going to have some Wukong gameplay coming up next. I'm actually about to go and record that video right now. I'm about to record 2 more videos right now, so we'll have 3 videos ready. But for sure, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what y'all want, and I hope y'all enjoyed. And I'll see y'all in the next one.